So Jordan Peterson manages to upset the internet yet again, and I want to say that I'm not upset at him personally. It's just that this way of thinking is incredibly dangerous if you want a free society, and I completely, fundamentally disagree with it because it's the very reason why censorship exists on the internet. So a couple of days ago, he said something controversial, saying that he doesn't like internet anonymity because it turns people into psychopaths. And today he said that people who use the word lemao, even though they're not laughing, it's a marker for narcissism, right? Not unerring, but a marker. So this way of thinking is fundamental into American culture right now. And when I say American culture, I don't necessarily mean every single American. What I do mean are the gatekeepers, the people who decide how other people should think. And this is literally the mentality that they have, which is that everything on the internet is 100% true, 100% real. Everyone can claim they're Santa Claus and they will automatically believe it. There are no more metaphors, there are no more jokes, there are no more people just typing shit to get a rise out of other people. No, like literally everything you type is 100% genuine. So if you remember the very classic insult that used to exist on the internet, KIS, if you know what I'm probably talking about, was a very used gamer's word back in the day. You don't see it anymore now because all the trust and safety councils, like all of that, cracked down on it because they considered it to be harmful. Right? You tell it to a person and you puppeteer them, like you literally mind control them into doing it, which is absolutely ridiculous because at the end of the day, it was a curse word. It was a swear. It was like, fuck your mother. Like, when someone tells you, fuck your mother, like, they don't actually go and seek out your mother, then put in the effort to court her, and then they decide to go into the nitty-gritty, right? Like, no, it's just an insult. It's meant to upset someone. And it's part of the human interaction to upset people. I mean, everyone does it, but, like, we have to pretend that, no, we are decent human beings, and in no circumstance whatsoever, there is no justification while someone would try to upset someone else.
Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
So if we have to pretend that everything said on the internet is 100% true, then surely there is a lot of danger on the internet, and then we need trust and safety councils. Then we need corporations, right? Not the police, not the government, social media, which doesn't need a warrant, doesn't need a court in order for people to argue their case, to provide their evidence, to show, you know, why they were just saying a joke or a bad. No, like social media needs to hire an army of censors in order to ban people because the internet is very dangerous. I mean, if Skullfuck47 says that he's going to shank you in the shower, then clearly he is going to, right? Like clearly he's going to take a plane ticket from wherever the fuck he is in Brazil, fly all the way to your place, get behind the shower curtains, and then reenact the classic scene from a horror movie. Because we live in fantasy la la land where people just can't say stuff anymore. No, like everything needs to be policed. I mean, when you look at PlayStation, they actually say that, no, we're going to now use AI in order to listen to what people speak over the headphones. Blizzard is doing the same. Microsoft is doing the same. You can't have a microphone online without some corporation listening in because everything said on the internet is so fucking real. And you know, like, people don't even believe this. It's like, if I were to go on the internet and I would say, hey, I'm a millionaire, no one would fucking believe me. But if I go on the internet and I say something nasty and someone wants me banned, they can justify, they can use that as a levy in order to cry to the terms of service and get me banned. You know, like if I use the R word or some shit, I don't even know if you can use it on YouTube. Because again, I'm not making the TOS. But like I have to err on the side of caution. Right? So if I say that, like someone can say, oh, well, but this is harmful. This is harmful. This is stigmatizing. Like even if I use it not even against a person, but I can say like this retarded camera. Right? Like if I say that, oh, well, it's harmful. It's dangerous. You can't say that. And this is the problem that we're having, right? And this is why I dislike what Jordan Peterson has to say, because he considers it's a marker for narcissism. As if you can't have people that just say Lamau in order to piss him off. It's like, like if I want to upset Jordan Peterson for some reason, and he has like a take that I disagree with, but I don't feel like arguing because it's like, what's even the point? Like, everyone knows why it's a bad thing. Like, for example, him saying we shouldn't have internet anonymity, right? And I go like, Lamau, and he's like, oh, what a narcissist. It's like, no, I'm not a narcissist. I just think you have a bad take, and this is the way to show to you that you have a bad take. Like, I want to upset you so that you can rethink about what you just said, you know, provide some criticism. It's literally like booing. It's like having, you know, someone on an audience and they say something controversial and they get like, boo, from the audience. It's literally the same thing, but it's in a Lamau form. And finally, you know, I really dislike the idea that we need to believe that behind the screen is another human being, right? Like, which is true, by the way, right? Like, behind the screen, behind the computer screen, there is indeed another human being. But the human brain hasn't evolved for us to understand that. Like, for us, it's just letter on the screen. Especially if it's a person you don't know. It's like someone on Twitter you just met. And it's letters on your screen. I mean, people are already assholes to each other over the phone. People are assholes to each other when they're in their car. Right? Like, when you're in your car and you have, like, all the windows closed and you have, like, all the doors. Oh, all of a sudden, you do the jutsu. You start doing the jutsu when someone upsets you, right? Like, someone crosses in front of you and you're like, oh, what are you doing, right? You wouldn't do that shit in their face, right? Because in your car, you feel more safe. When you're over the phone, oh, you become even more powerful. You get even more cojones. Now, when you're on the internet and you don't even see the other person, you don't even see their face, you don't even get to interact with them, you just have, like, some text on the screen. Yeah, you know, like, people are going to say a lot of nasty shit that most likely they wouldn't say in your face. Like, people behave differently online than they behave in real life. I don't even know why I need to explain this. Like, I thought it is known, Khaleesi, but apparently every day I'm astonished with the fact that so many people pretend that the way someone acts on the internet is literally the same way that they act in real life. I mean, why do you think dating websites are so fucking popular? You have men that do not have even the courage to walk up to a woman in a bar. So they do it online, right? Because online they got a lot more cojones. Does that mean that they're narcissists if they're narcissists online but not in real life? I mean, I don't know. Maybe they want to be, but they don't have the courage to do it. I have no clue. But what I do know is that we need to stop pretending that online is real life. This is why you even have them separated. This is why you say in real life and you say online, right? Because it's like two different personas. But I get, like, Jordan Peterson doesn't want to have that. Like, for Jordan Peterson and people like him, they just want, like, online to be, like, official court documents. Like, literally everything you say from the sanctity of your own bedroom should be the same, like going to the city hall and writing it in an official document. And I don't think I want to live in that world. Like, this is not what we agreed with, right? So, especially my generation, like, we don't like this. Online should also have the ability for people to have fun. And you should understand that it's a completely different environment than in real life. And you should also understand that when people tell you things, especially if they're mean, that doesn't mean that they would say it in your face, and that doesn't mean you should take it to heart. And I think this is what Jordan Peterson has a huge problem with, which is absorbing criticism. And I definitely understand, when you're a person the size of him, and you get exponentially high levels of criticism, it can get to you. But for the love of God, just shut it down. You know, like, you can block and mute people. You don't have to ask for the social media company to create terms of service and break internet anonymity and other crap. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I will find you in the comment section. Take care.